Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at. And I'm here with another video. And I want to say thank you for those that are regularly watching me. And I appreciate for you guys subscribing. And those of you that have not subscribed, I really appreciate you guys subscribing. And if you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe. And I would like all of you guys to click the like button because that actually helps me quite a bit to get to the video to new people. And I personally believe I'm putting a lot of effort getting this video out to you guys. And I appreciate something back by at least a like on the video. So, what actually happening today and what's possibility to happen? Bitcoin actually have came up to actually something I've been looking at is you guys do remember that candle where I said we're going to come up to 44 and a half, almost 45. Look at exactly where that candle right there is finishing off, where I was doing the prediction, is exactly where we went up as high on this candle, which is 48,838, and we have this candle as 48,8, roughly about something like that as well. So we did have that cancel. Remember we had said we had the cancel of it going up. Then for some reason it did reverse until it came up. Now, are we gonna go any higher? Time will tell. Um, Even though it's so early to say that we're not, but I'm saying we probably have less than 20% going higher than where we were high. From this point, we probably will be moving down, even though there is enough of room all the way up to 48 to finish off this candle for it to come up and he'll build a beautiful uh, 48,000 high head. Is that going to happen? Let's see, but might be less likely. Now, why do I say less likely? Let's look at the Doge. Doge is actually a coin that everybody suspected a nice run up, and it actually did within the last yesterday and the last hour today. The Doge actually has came up to 28, about 28.45, which is higher than this. And as I said in my last video, is where it would be suspected about 28.8. Barely did not make it there. Now in 1 minute, it building a M, a small W within it. We'll see what it continues, but personally, I believe it achieved where it wanted to go. The next high for it would be, as I mentioned in the previous video, 44 cents, which I would love to see it, but are we going to see it? I'm not sure. Now, as we do look, most of these coins are turning red for now. Will they stay red throughout the night? Time will tell. Sushi had a little push as well and is actually recovering down as well. Built a nice M. While we were here, we do have on a 15-minute a kind of like a small J hook or something like to call it a cup, whatever it is. But end of the day, will we push up or not? Or these two high peaks are considered to be it? Then we would consider this to be a head. This actually part would be shoulder, and we start coming down on a small head and shoulder situation. As I already said, Doge is actually when we closed at 8 o'clock New York time for that first 15 minutes, Doge actually did pump to, I believe, 7 or 8%. Right now it's only staying at 2. XLM. I'll be honest, XLM needs to pump and needs to pump quite a bit, at least to 35, preferably to 44. Now, will XLM do that? All depends on Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin allow it? Because it was kind of doing a slow climb up for the last day and a half, but was not enough to actually get that surge. Volume was just not picking up at all. That also started climbing up, but with the closure of the market and 9 o'clock coming in recently, it actually taking a short recovery. It might still come up. It has a first target of 10.7 cents. The next target is somewhere in the region of 14.6 to 4 to 15 cents. Shiba or SHIB. What I've been noticing lately, whenever Doge pumps, SIPs follow it. So actually took advantage of that and actually threw about 80 bucks, like 60 or 80 bucks into my customer's wallet by jumping on and trading a little bit on the SHIB. SHIB has reached somewhat its first target. Target number 2 would be in a region of about point zero 0.01 up to 0.0119. That would be target 2. Will it actually do that? Um, Possibly yes. Um, because SHIB does not have enough of history in futures, I cannot say what its potentials are, but it's one of those cheaper coins. They do sometimes like to fly fast. SNX is actually a coin that, if you guys remember, Tom actually put some money in. Tom, if you're listening to this video, um, I don't want to discourage you. Yes, it has a target of 13.5 at least, and the next target of at least 15. But unless Bitcoin continues going up, I think SNX is just too scared to continue going up. It just has too much of fear in it. But now we do have a trend that's in the favor of the coin. So if we have a drop in the next 23, 22 hours, we might have one more pull up. That is if the Bitcoin allows that to happen. Now let's go back to Bitcoin. Thompson's kind of talking on your coin here. If Bitcoin does go higher than here and goes up to 48, as I'm suspecting the highest for it to go in reverse, if it doesn't reverse by 48,000, then I guess it'll not be reversing in the near future, but I mean the next week or two. Then then definitely the SNX will have a pump and has a pump potential for that about 4% pump from where it's at right now. Now let's look at the coin like sushi. or SHIB from where at right now, if it pulls up to this here, it actually has about 5%. We can actually use a measure. And we're suspecting to be this high at least. That's actually 43% pump. So sushi might be a nice coin to actually reinvest. Also, there is a potential 23% loss if for any reason it actually turns around. Sushi very highly depends on two things: Doge and Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin starts tumbling slowly down, but Doge takes a pump, sushi most likely will, or the ship most likely will follow it. Now, if both of those continue going up and Doge takes a pump, sushi will follow without a question. It is a coin that also a lot of whales like to put their money into. So when the market starts showing signs, especially if we get past 48,000 on Bitcoin, uh, SHIB will probably hit with the whales coming in. SHIB will probably hit between 2 to 4 cents within the first couple weeks. Uh, it's just whales loves it, and I'll tell you guys honestly, any coin that has multiple zeros after a dot is whale's favorite coin. Like ECC also. Uh, if whales have those that have access to it, they're the ones that mostly pumping that coin. And same with Dant, very very highly loved by whales. They quickly can dump it. They quickly can pump it. There is one other coin I don't see it ever. I added it. Now I have to think about what's the name of it. I used to trade it. Was very highly loved coin on Binance.us. It was like the favorite coin of all whales in the United States. It was also one of the cheapest coins available on Binance.us. Uh, guys, give me a minute. Let me find that coin, what it is. Huh. I do have another coin that I always liked to try and vet. No, that's not vet. That I had to trade as a pair with it, and I actually made some money in it, and I lost some money in it as well when that market did turn around. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Tata no. I guess in the next video I'll find it and I'll add it and I'll let you guys know the coin name. I do apologize. Do not. Nate, I do agree with you. It is a bearish, but until we get but for it to become bullish, from my personal view, it would have to actually go past 48,000 on Bitcoin. So, but as we do know, see right now, Shibit is continuing to climb down as everything else. Bitcoin already went past 1%. Doge, Sushi is dropping, and we do not have much of a breakout. Quant, what is Quant? Quant is still trying to, as the last 3 days it was bearish, Quant is trying to push up, and it actually might be the only coin that actually trying to do the opposite of Bitcoin. I have not studied its details, but it's definitely behaving quite weird compared to some other coins. Looking at 1 minute chart, look at that. While all those coins have reversed and been coming down, it's been pushing up. When those coins, some of those coins were pushing up, it's actually been coming down. I definitely would like to watch this coin more closely. So I actually will be adding an alarm cross exiting, and I want to, if it turns around and starts coming back at 160, I want it to alarm me every time, notify me on mobile. Perfect. Yeah, so I'll actually watch this coin because this might be a coin to trade the opposite. For those of you that are not able to trade futures, might be able to trade this coin if it's available on your trading platform as a reverse to the market. Um, FTM, it's doing the same thing. It's coming down. I'll definitely watch on the quant. Either way, it's gonna alarm me which direction it goes ends up going. Um, I would, if the fee is not high, I probably would set it out. If you're in, probably sell it out as we are seeing a push down and see what actually Bitcoin does, because it has an option of either playing here for a day or two and then pushing down. It can actually push down right away. That's option three or two, or option three, it can try to turn around during the nighttime and push to 48,000, or maybe even tomorrow, because tomorrow is Sunday, still the weekend. Um, those are possibility three, but like I said, 48 is less likely. The first two are most likely either push down or go sideways for a couple days, then push down, creating a beautiful visible head. But even if we do come down, it still be considered as a decent head as well. So those are the updates. The board definitely looks red. Um, Quant looks like starting to betray its master, Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. Sushi is dropping as well and coming down as well. Most likely it will not be pushing up unless Bitcoin gives in. And as we can see, Bitcoin is kind of battling. As it came down, it's kind of battling, trying to either create a descending pattern on a 1 minute chart, which then pretty much everything else will follow. Primarily, but at the same time, giving some of those coins that need to finish their head still might have those chance of them finishing, because we have seen in the past where those coins have, while Bitcoin slowly were coming down, those coins did run off and completed something that they had to complete. Even though I do see a lot of behavior in the last couple of days where coins were continue to going up as if we are in a bullish market, but but whenever Bitcoin drops like this and we start seeing a board going red and everything starts following it, it is still an indicator this is not a bullish market, this is a bearish market, which means, and why I'm saying that 48,000 is most not likely that we're going to get to because of this behavior. Um, but again, who am I to say what's going to happen? With the market makers makes their own decision. Now, Tom, if you're there, you do have a rat listening to your um, broadcast. What I mean by rat, we do have somebody that works for the market makers, most likely listening to you. So don't be surprised, is what you say starts not happening. That's just all I can say for now. I have been noticing in the last couple of weeks. Um, I see exactly the same thing as you see exactly the same thing. You say it, and then immediately it's just like somebody threw the switch the opposite direction. So that is why I'm suspecting that happening. I hope you don't mind, and if I send messages through my video to you once in a while. Overall, hoping as you guys are all that we do come down, come up to the 48 and higher, and call this a bullish market. And those of you that are hoping we come down to 20 and 10 and 8,000, I'm with you guys as well, because if that would drop and we could get on that ride, I know for sure my client would be crazy happy. I would be crazy happy, and I would not have to sell my boat. But at this point, I considering selling my boat. So that's about all I wanted to say. Blessings to all, and talk to you guys in the near future.